What's something you thought was common knowledge but actually isn't? If you're entering a venue that requires a ticket to be scanned for entry, someone without a scanner can't let you enter. How to use a damn roundabout, apparently. Edit. I'm in the US. Just because there's not one in your town doesn't mean they don't exist in the US. If your wipers are on, your headlights should be on. The yield sign on highways are there so you look before you just keep going, possibly hitting someone. Happened to a friend's mom. I work in it, and I'm constantly helping people who don't know what the Windows key is, don't know Internet Explorer / Chrome / Firefox are web browsers. Making your password your name is a really poor choice. Edit. Apparently this really struck a chord with a lot of you. Taking out your credit / debit card / cash out before you are asked to buy the cashier / checkout staff saves time for everyone, rather than looking shocked that you have to pay for your shopping. That there are no tigers in Africa. I was on safari in Tanzania and two others in the truck were discussing how excited they would be to see tigers. I told them there weren't any, and they looked all disbelieving and crestfallen, like I was spoiling their fun. They had to check with the guide. Posting on Reddit may mean you end up suddenly appearing in an article on BuzzFeed next week. Basic geography. Not being able to point out Turkmenistan on a map is one thing. Not being able to point out the Pacific Ocean on a map is another. Hey mom, who was the first man on the moon? Tom Hanks. I'm amazed I still have to explain chance of rain percentages to people. Basic principles of finance, budgeting, interest, debt, saving, etc. AD means Anno Domini, not after death. In Greek mythology the Titan Atlas holds up the sky / heavens, not the earth. That antibiotics kill bacteria, but won't do anything against viruses. Everyone has the idea that if you get a cold, you see your doctor and get antibiotics. Take some acetaminophen / paracetamol and ibuprofen, and stay away from other humans for a while. The flu is not just another cold, and you can't use the words interchangeably. Many people have never had the flu, or felt that unwell. The flu will knock you on your ass. How to stay in one's own lane when turning from one street to another. That other planets are visible from Earth, and the sun is also a star. That narwhals exist / are real. People have thought that I was trolling them by talking about a mythical unicorn whale. Wild animals are not pets. Africa is not a country, it's a continent. You're allowed to start a sentence, even a paragraph, with a conjunction for the sake of emphasis. I've had multiple people try to correct that, and then I'll show it to a professor and be like, this is grammatically correct, right? And they'll say of course. Just because eggs are sold in the dairy section doesn't make them a dairy product. I've heard people say they don't eat eggs because they don't eat dairy. Alcohol has calories. I had to be the one to tell my friend, when she was in her mid-20s, that the vodka she loved has calories. She was so shocked and said, what? I thought since it was clear like water it didn't have any calories. Gambling at a casino will most likely result in losing money. Everyone seems to get close to wild animals for pictures and think it's okay. We are not all one with nature, and animals like their space and don't trust you. The on-ramp is for accelerating to highway speeds before you reach the highway. There is gravity everywhere. On the ice the gravity is only a bit less than it is on the surface of the earth. The reason the astronauts float around isn't because there's no gravity, it's because they are in a state of free fall. I've seen some Jimmy Kimmel skits where people are asked where certain well-known places in the world are, like where is Australia, where is Africa, and they literally can't point to them on a map, or they think Africa is a country. I just don't understand how people don't know this stuff. Not every owned disability is visible. Just because someone parks in a handicap spot then gets out and walks in without you being able to tell why they're handicapped, doesn't mean they don't deserve that placard. That whales are mammals that used to be on land. but evolved to swim instead. I had an art teacher that just didn't believe me when I told her that they are not fish. Vitamin C is not the same as calcium and vice versa. Two very different things, but sometimes people think it's the same thing. Time zones. I'm surprised how many professionals, attorneys, doctors, CFOs and CTOs, etc. that don't realize that 9 AM in Boston is not 9 AM in San Francisco. The passing lane is for passing, not for your leisurely drive under the speed limit. Europe is not a country, it's a continent. There's gravity in space. Over the time I've met so many people that thought that there is no gravity in space because everything there is weightless and stuff. Gravity has unlimited range, so there isn't even a single spot in our universe without gravity. Weightlessness is basically just falling. While orbiting, you're basically just falling around the object. Oh, I can think a few kitchen related. Before you start chopping onions, wash it or make your hands wet to avoid shedding tears. May not work for everyone though. In a case where oil has caught fire on skillet, don't try to extinguish fire with water. Not long time ago it happened in one of the flats in the building I live in. Merging in the middle on an intersection. Like, how do people not see how stupid that is? Make sure to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching.